Well, hello again, ladies and gents. Welcome back for another universe mode video. This is going to be a quick startup tutorial because screw all the tutorials that say you gotta spend hours going through all the allies and rivals and deleting those out and delete managers out. Screw all that. We're going to do a quick universe mode setup. And I'm going to talk about some new things that I've learned, some updates as well from my initial universe mode video, that deep dive video. I've been learning a lot, and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready for another one. So, setting up a new universe mode. Just going to come in here. Again, classic mode is the way you want to go. Superstar mode blows. Let's go classic mode. Okay, so first thing, let's go to my universe and options. Okay, automatic rivalries. Again, we're turning those off. The rivalry system, not even just the automatic rivalries, but the rivalry system in whole in this game sucks. Just a quick breakdown of that. Your rivalries that you set up, the way it'll work is that every week those people set in your rivalries will have a match every week until the pay per view. To me, that is very boring. I don't want to be fighting the same people every week. And those will also be your only kind of rivalry actions. So, yeah, certain rivalry actions could happen, and your opponents might switch around. But to me, that's boring. I want just random events happening in my universe mode. Tag team breakups formations. I leave this on. I like it. My universe mode I was playing, my first week in NXT, Braun Breaker and Wes Lee teamed up, and then they were automatically a new team in my tag team section. So I like that. But if you don't want that, turn it off. Crowd reaction changing. I had Rey Mysterio do a heel rivalry action on SmackDown my first week, and so his crowd reaction changed to boo then. So I like that on as well. I want my rivalry actions that happen to change the crowd reaction, whether they're face or heel. Injury, I haven't had that happen at all yet, but I leave that on. Entrance, whatever. Again, the AI cash-ins, I still haven't really had any luck with, but I just leave my post-match cash-in at 1 out of 10 because I would like to be surprised when they do it, but I also don't want them to announce it or do a mid-match cash-in. So I like the post-match. Now looking into that, because in my universe mode, I gave Damian Priest the Money in the Bank, and I wanted to see how that worked. Because if Seth Rollins was in a match, that's my target championship for him. I was wondering if every time after the match, I would be able to just choose cash in. And I've heard it's like the breakout system. So, post match, that gives you that prompt for a button to break out. So I guess it gives you a prompt to cash in. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm assuming that's how it's going to work. And I guess even the game kind of knows if it was a kind of brutal match and the champion, maybe his limb damage was red in some areas, it might give you that prompt at that point, but I haven't had that yet. Screw universe tutorials. They don't help. Okay, so starting there, that's probably the best place to start. Championships. If you are doing all the new championships and you downloaded them from the community creations like these here, I love them all. So yeah, I downloaded them and I use them for my universe mode. Then I would come in here and vacate every championship that you're not going to use. I keep NXT in my universe mode. That's where I'm starting my created character. So I leave my championships here. I just change them. I update them to Carmelo Hayes. I leave them with the Creed brothers. I change that to Tiffany Stratton or whatever, and then I vacate those because they're gone. And then yeah, all these vacate. Even Roman's titles, you can leave them with them. But I just vacate and give him the new belt anyways. Leave Intercontinental. Okay, so tag team championships. If you want, right now it's Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and then the women's championships are Liv and Raquel. So if you want to give it to a tag team, they have to be a tag team already created. So that would be the only instance that before you get going in universe that you need to create tag teams in here is if you want your champions to be like Kevin and Sammy, Liv and Raquel, or anybody that's not already a tag team in there. And the easy way to do that then is just to come to tag teams, click on create, just name your tag team, Kevin and Sammy. Leave the team announce to nothing. They'll just announce them as Kevin and Sammy. Come in here, Kevin, Sammy, and then their crowd reaction is great. And then I gotta give them a name here. Doesn't matter for now. I'm not going to actually save them. So entrance type, if you don't want to have to worry about the entrance looking weird or anything, just leave it as separate. The only thing you might need to update on these is the victory motions. I noticed that if you don't edit these, there won't be any victory music playing. So I think you need to at least go into these and select one of the tag team partners' victory music to play. I wish it just selected the victory music of whoever made the pin. But you will have to select somebody's specific music to play, or else you'll just have silence during your victory motions. And then if you want to, adjust the victory motion as well if it looks weird. But that's the only kind of like tag team edit you'll need to do, unless you want to go through and either add Dominic to Judgment Day because he's not in here initially. If you want to do any sort of other mix-ups like making Legado del Fantasma the LWO and adding Ray and Zelina, you can do little stuff like that. Again, it's not going to take a lot of time. Just make it super simple. And even like you don't even really have to delete tag teams either, because if you're setting the rosters to the current rosters, like the Dirty Dogs won't exist because Bobby Roode's not on the roster. So like you won't have to worry about them tagging, or RK Bro won't exist because Randy's not currently on the roster. So like you don't have to worry about going through and deleting them unless you're going to use both people on the roster. Up to you if you really want to dive in. Again, even if you do go through this and delete out tag teams or edit them, it's not going to take that much time. It's not like you're going through every single superstar and taking out allies or reviewing their allies and enemies. We're not doing that. That takes way too much time. And spoiler alert, the allies enemy system, I don't think it really works anymore. There's not like random run-ins besides outside of whoever's involved in the rivalry actions. I'm not getting like if I have a match Akira, versus Shelton Benjamin. Well, he is in the enemies. Akira versus Seth Rollins. Like Shelton Benjamin isn't running out mid-match because he's his enemy here. I don't. If there's rivalry actions that occur, yes, they can get added to each other's enemies, but I don't think it means anything outside of that. So I am just saying, leave it the way it is. It doesn't matter. The only thing that you can do here is managers, but they're okay out of the box. If there's a rivalry action that happens, the manager is taken out of the match. And then if you do see managers you don't like, or if you're going through your universe and you notice, let's say your universe mode, you have Edge versus somebody and you notice that Beth Phoenix is his manager and you don't want that, just come into universe mode, take her out, and the next match she'll be out. But again, if that match has a rivalry action, she'll disappear anyways for that match. She won't be involved. So stuff like that. But you don't have to go through every single superstar and edit managers and edit rivalries, allies, enemies, and all that stuff. The only other thing you could do is if you notice a certain superstar is being booed or cheered, you could go in there and change that if you want. But again, with that crowd reaction changing setting on, it should happen a little more organically. And then the other thing you're going to want to do is edit shows. If you don't want NXT, take it out here. All their pay-per-views will be grayed out. You won't have to worry about them. I leave them in, especially with all these updates that are going on and the DLC coming out. The NXT roster is growing in the game, so it makes NXT a lot more fun to play. And then even with the draft that happened and all the call ups that came from NXT, like the Raw and SmackDown rosters are getting a lot more fun to play with as well. So all you need to do here is edit a show, come to participants, pull up WWE.com and go to the superstar section and sort by your whatever brand you're going through, and then just come here and deselect and select. That's all you got to do. It only takes like 5 minutes to get through it, 5 or 10 minutes instead of hours upon hours. Just go through here, set them up. Uh, if you want to go realistic current roster, that's the easiest way to do it. It's alphabetical there, it's alphabetical here. You just go through, you just deselect and select people to be involved in the rosters. Okay, so then once you do that, you save it, and then the other thing you're gonna have to do is edit the division. So, like I said, if you edit the championships and put in the custom belts and everything, awesome. You could apply Money in the Bank here, but you're going to need to edit divisions to make sure your new rosters, everybody's getting involved in the auto booking that Universe Mode is doing here. So if you go to the other tab, if you have people here, they are not in a division and therefore will not get any matches. So after you do your roster, come through here. You'll notice some of the NXT guys will be involved in the main title picture right away. Is that very realistic? No, they should probably be moved to the minor title for that show. So you can do some moving around, and even the order of the division, I'm not super worried about. With rivalries off, the number one contender in that division will get the title shot at the pay-per-view. So if you want your first pay-per-view, if you want certain title matches to happen, just move your contendership around. But that changes on a week-to-week basis, whether based on who's winning and losing. So I don't really mess with it too much. Just make sure everybody's in a division, and maybe if you want it to be good and accurate, double check your divisions and make sure you like who's in it. And you want a healthy amount of people in each division. You want like 3 people for the main title, and then everybody else in the minor title picture. Yeah, just make sure you check your divisions here. And make sure everybody's in one as well. And then even tag teams, they'll automatically go in the tag team division together if you select them there. But you can, even if they're a tag team, you could put Riddle in there for the United States Championship and Randy for the main. It doesn't have to, just because they're a tag team, doesn't mean they have to be in the tag team championship. But I think it will book them more for tag team matches. So keep that in mind. But yeah, make sure everybody's in a division. And even the power rankings, I tried messing with these to see if my created character got booked more. He didn't. So I don't even recommend really going through the power rankings and adjusting anything. I say just leave it, and as you play through universe mode, based on who's winning and losing, all this stuff will work out organically a little better. And then the other thing here, leave the match table as default if you're fine with that. I'm fine with that now. I've come to terms with it. I made a video on how to make a better match table. You could go through here. Like I said, if you add stuff at a 1% chance and a 1 limit, you'll have more fun with it. If you add like a ladder match or a no holds barred or something like that, that'll make it more fun if you want that. But out of the box, if you just want to keep the default match table, it'll be all right. And then the last thing is the number of matches. So since there's 4 rivalry spots per show, and we're turning off automatic rivalries, and we're not using the rivalry system at all, you're going to have 4 rivalry actions happen per show. That's the max it can have. So on NXT, where the number of matches is 5, it worked out great for me. I was loving that because it would have 4 rivalry actions, and then it would have 1 standard match with nothing. So I would add my created superstar if he wasn't already booked, because I want to take him through. I want him to win the North American title, win the NXT title, move him to SmackDown, go through there, move him to Raw, go through there, move him to SmackDown. So on NXT, if he's not auto booked in a match, instead of just like skipping that week or waiting forever until he automatically gets booked for a match. I was putting him in the match that didn't have the rivalry action. If you customize participants in a match that has rivalry action already set up, it's going to take away the rivalry action in that match. So it'll just turn into a normal match. So you kind of got to go with the auto booking there. You can set up the rivalry actions yourself if you're trying to go the self booking route, where you are booking all your matches and setting up the rivalry actions. But if you want the organic, random universe mode that I loved back in 2011, WWE 12, even 13 and 14 a little bit, you'll want to turn off automatic rivalries. And the number of matches, like I said, there's only 4 per show. So if you want to bump your number of matches down to around 5, you can't do 4. If you do your number of matches 4, you'll only get like 3 rivalry actions a week. Sometimes you get 4. Sometimes every match is the rivalry action. But I thought, I thought maybe, if I change it to 4, I have a rivalry action every match. But it wasn't the case. I had a lot of weeks where the shows only had 3 rivalry actions. For the number of matches 5, I find that to be the best. You'll get 4 rivalry actions most of the time when you do 5 matches. The only thing I noticed, it might be a glitch right now, and they might patch it out, because I looked at some of the patch notes, and they've been patching universe mode. So it's actually better. They patched and fixed the auto booking. It's crazy. I didn't know they could do this. So they actually made the game better a couple months after it came out. So I've noticed that after pay-per-view events, if you have the match number set to 5, the week after the pay-per-view, you only have 3 rivalry events on every show instead of 4. I don't know why. I think it's a glitch. So if you're all right with that, I say roll with 5. If you want 4, and even on 5, there was some rare instances where like SmackDown one week would only have 3. So if you're okay with maybe missing out, one week you only have 3 instead of 4, I say go with 5. It's not a lot to play through. The best part of universe mode is playing through the whole thing. When you're only playing through a couple weeks and then you finally get to a pay-per-view, it takes forever to get through it, and you're not getting to the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I was playing the WWE 12 universe mode the other week, just looking back at it, and they start you in January leading up to the Royal Rumble. So that's where you start in that universe mode, and I love that because it's putting you in the most exciting season in the WWE, going to the Royal Rumble and then WrestleMania, and then you have the draft right after it. So I want to move through my universe mode. I want to be able to get to that point. You could sim all the way to January, but all your stuff's going to get screwed up. So I prefer just to start where it starts you here. But if you only go 5 matches a show, you're actually going to be able, if you're playing all the matches or most of your matches, you're actually going to be able to progress through universe mode and enjoy this mode. So number matches 5. If you want 4 rivalry actions like every single time, without a doubt, I think 6 is the way to go. I think you should get, I noticed even after the pay-per-views, you would have 4 rivalry reactions every single show. So come through here, edit the participants, make sure they're all in divisions, and maybe change the number of matches if you're interested. If you want to play 9 on Raw and SmackDown every week, be my guest. The gameplay is fun. It just takes a long time to get through it. We also talked about in the other video moving pay-per-views around on the calendar. Like I said, I want to move through my universe mode. I want to get to pay-per-views and stuff. So I've been playing through my universe mode with the standard calendar. And like I said, I have NXT, so I want those NXT pay-per-views in there as well. So I'm leaving the standard calendar. An update is they did patch and fix the Royal Rumble match occurring at WrestleMania. So now if you do have that Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in there, the Royal Rumble winner will not have their title match at Elimination Chamber. They'll have it at WrestleMania like they're supposed to. So just a note on that end as well as far as calendar goes. But if you're trying to get started up fast, that's the way to go. Don't touch the calendar. Just leave it. And like I said, if you come in here, okay, don't start the show. Edit matches. At the bottom, you'll see rival action. 3, there's your 4 maxed out right there. Okay, so every other match is a normal match. Nothing random's going to happen in it. So, like I said, if you edit these matches that have the rival actions in them, you're gonna lose that rival action, and you got to put it back in. Okay. And here you can click the right stick and edit it if you want, but again, I like the randomness of it. When I play these matches, I don't even look at the rivalry action. I just look away from the screen, press the A button a couple times until I get to the character select screen because I don't want to know what's going to happen. I want it to surprise me. I want to be shocked if somebody turns heel. I don't want to know what's going to happen. So, and again, you'll lose managers on that. So, like this match, once the rivalry action is selected, Solo's going to drop off as the manager. So, if you want to go through, right now the bloodline's done. So, if you want to go in here, you notice that Solo's the manager. Instead of going through everything on the front end and spending hours going through your superstars and editing managers, just come here, notice that Solo's there, jump over to Superstars, remove him as the Usos manager, and then play the game. That's the best part of this is just playing the game. The gameplay is awesome. I just like the random rival actions that happen, and that's how you max it out. That is the fastest way to start. If you do it that way, instead of spending hours and hours setting up your universe mode only for it to fail and you to feel like you wasted so much time. And again, you can copy and paste it as much as you want. Instead of going that route, this route is much faster. It can get you up and going in universe mode with the current roster and current champions in like 20 minutes. That's not long at all if you want a good, genuine current experience where you're going to have the new NXT roster in on Raw and SmackDown. Pretty Deadly and Katana Chance and Caden Carter. If you want, having that younger roster now included on Raw and SmackDown in universe mode makes it much more exciting. And again, get the DLC. The Wyatt pack is coming out next week. I'm excited for that. Then there's one more after this. That has added so much to this game that I didn't experience before, and it's adding so much more now. And I'm having fun in universe mode. So thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. I feel like I know this mode inside and out at this point. Hopefully they keep updating it. But like I said, the auto booking is better. And so, I mean, I don't know what else they could do with it except totally revamp it for next year. But for now, if you want to have fun with this mode, if you want to keep playing this game week after week instead of getting bored with it and then not playing it and then waiting till next year and getting your hopes up that they actually make a good universe mode, this is the best way to do it. This is the fastest way to start it up. Yeah, look forward to talking to you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.